A lot of people come up to me and they're like, Donnie, why are your YouTube thumbnails so strangely beautiful? And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of a master of Photoshop. What I'll do is I'll bring a basic image into Photoshop, and that's where I will do most of my Photoshopping because I find that's the best application for that kind of work. But I will admit to this, I have an older version of Photoshop back from a dark time in the past when you used to buy things and own them. The thing about Photoshop and its new pricing plan is by the time you can afford it, you don't really need it anymore. So I'm just going to use this older version to show you how smart I am. But basically, what I thought I would do for everybody is I would bring in a simple image of myself and I would do some work on it so that you could see some of the tips and tricks I have. And, to the untrained eye, when you look at this image initially, you'll be like, that image is perfect. But to the trained professional, when we look at this image, we see it could use a little work. Like you probably didn't notice this at all, but there's actually some discoloration in the skin area. And so what I think I might do is I might try to even out my complexion a bit. Because the reason this kind of thing happens with a guy like me is there's so much happening in my brain that my head is completely filled with blood from all the thinking of the brain stuff that I do. And sometimes it seeps out into unsightly patches in the cheeks. So I got to take care of that. And another small, minor issue, almost completely unnoticeable in this photograph, but still I see it, is I have some darkness under my eyes. A lot of people will ask why that is. It's because I frequently find myself unable to sleep because I'm contemplating the fate of the universe. You lay there at night, you start crunching the numbers in your head, and you extrapolate some projections, and it ain't good, okay? I'll just tell you that right now. Like, don't make any long-term plans, and if you feel like pizza tonight, you should get it, okay? But still, worry about that another day. About another couple weeks. And the other thing I think I might handle with this is there's a small thing happening over here. I'm not sure what it is. It's either a beauty mark or skin cancer. And so, since monthly health insurance is only slightly less expensive than Photoshop, I'm just going to use the paint tool in this old version of Photoshop that I have to take care of that little issue, because I think that's probably the best affordable way to do this at this point. And that's really the best tool in Photoshop. It's all about the paintbrush tool, okay? Won't grab that paintbrush tool. All the other tools are useless. Just completely ignore them. They don't matter. And I'm going to take the paintbrush tool and, pro tip, I'm going to sample color from my very own face. Because if you just try to pick a color from the paintbrush tool, you can paint and it wouldn't look right. I'll tell you that right now. People would know. And they would laugh at you and they would probably call you stupid. So I sample color from my face and then just in delicate, soft brush strokes just to paint over the affected areas until they're covered up. And it's as easy as that. It's not too hard. So I just paint over and just take a look at the final. Well, probably to an untrained eye, this is ready to go. But when I look at this, it seems like it could use a little more work. So there's a feature in Photoshop, been there for some time, called opacity. And basically what the opacity setting does is you can dial it around in the settings and make the layer the complete opposite of what it was when you did it. And it's pretty straightforward. And so if I dial down to 0, it's the opposite of what I did. If I put it in the middle, it's a half opposite of what I did. And put it at 100%, it's 100% of what I did. So, but some um, usually that does it. But when I look at this picture, I feel like it could maybe have some of the detail restored. So I'm going to go back to the brush tool. I'm going to choose black as my color. I'm going to reduce the brush size, and I'm just going to bring back some of the detail from the original image. Just to hint back at like areas like the eyes and the pupils of the eyes. So kind of bring back some of that detail. And then a little bit around the nose, straighten the nose out. Uh, Pretty good. I mean, it's about as close to done as it's going to get. So I hope this has been helpful, and I'm pretty sure that it has been. And feel free to use all the tips. Don't even need credit for them. You can just use them. I think I'll be able to spot them in the real world when I see them, and I'll just know this obviously somebody subscribes to my channel.